Welcome back to Costa Rica, everybody. We are currently in the beautiful area of Monteverde, and in our last video we explored the incredible cloud forests that make this place such a popular destination on any trip through the country. This week we'll be exploring Santa Elena, the area's most popular town, and its surroundings to discover that there's way more to do here once you've had your fix of hiking through the jungle.
1, close your eyes. 2, close your eyes.
Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to Santa Elena in the cloud forest of Monteverde. So in this video we decided to do a little bit of what else to do if you're in Santa Elena for a little bit longer. We're going to do a couple of excursions and activities. Obviously it's not going to be an exhaustive list of things to do because there are a ton of things, but they all cost a lot of money and the entry fees are actually ridiculously expensive.
So we've tried to pick a good variety of activities to give you a good idea of what's on offer here. Santa Elena may only be a small town, but it is a great place to base yourselves if you're in the Monteverde area and looking to explore. It is centrally located around all the main attractions, and that means that you can easily book tours and tickets and transport from the town. Plus there are loads of cute little cafes and restaurants to eat at. On top of that, pretty much everybody speaks English. In a country, we usually like to try and speak the language a little bit, so we do like to try and speak Spanish, but if you didn't speak any Spanish, you would get by absolutely fine here.
Our first stop for the day was at the Monteverde Butterfly Gardens just outside Santa Elena. As the name suggests, the centre is home to over 30 species of butterfly housed within 4 different habitats. For $15 per person, you'll get a guided tour of the facility with a knowledgeable member of staff and get to see a wide variety of beautiful butterflies of all sizes and colours.
On top of that, you'll also get the chance to release your own butterfly into the correct habitat.
So hard to see from the moment we arrive.
You also get up close and personal with many species of insects and arachnids, even getting the chance to hold some of them if you're brave enough. We really enjoyed our tour around the butterfly garden. We highly recommend coming here, but because everything costs quite a lot, the $15 to $20 here and there add up very quickly, we decided to kind of search for free things to do around Santa Elena.
We found a viewpoint that's marked on Google Maps along the main road towards Monteverde Cloud Forest, which we're going to try and check out first. And then a little bit further on there is Monteverde Waterfall. We're not sure what that's like, but we're going to go check it out anyway. In the end, the waterfall turned out not to be a free experience. $6 per person to walk down to the waterfall. He said it was like a 20-minute walk down, 20-30 minutes back up, and it's quite steep. Looking at the pictures, we didn't think it was like overwhelmingly beautiful.
To pay for it?
If it was free, great, but we didn't want to pay for it, so we skipped that one.
If you're looking for another great free activity near Santa Elena, then make sure to check out Ficus La Rise. It is super close to the centre of town and is essentially a really cool natural tree bridge that you can climb on top of for some unique photo opportunities. You can check out our previous video from Santa Elena for a little more on this location.
There are so many ways to part with your money in Santa Elena, and for the sake of our bank balances, we couldn't experience everything, but there are a few other interesting places to be aware of. The Bat Jungle lets you get up close with loads of bats if that's your thing, or you can visit the frog pond to see lots of different frogs either during the day or at night. Finally, if you love flowers, then check out the Orchid garden in the center of town.
So hopefully that gave you a pretty good idea about some of the gardens, centres and free things to do around Santa Elena.
Another popular thing to do around here is to take a tour, and there are absolutely no shortage of tours you can take. So it really depends on your interest, but there are 3 tours that we think you shouldn't miss: a coffee tour, a chocolate tour and a nighttime walk. You can do them separately, but we found a company that does like a 3-in-1 was probably the cheapest option, because separately they add up.
Called Don Juan Tours, which is quite a popular one around this area, and they offer the 3-in-1 option for $38 per person.
Yeah, the tour starts pretty soon, so we better get going.
After some complimentary coffee and birdwatching on the balcony, our evening started with the chocolate portion of the tour. Our guide walked us through the process from getting the cacao beans from the trees to the drying process, and finally the method of turning those dried beans into delicious chocolate for us to try. The guide was super knowledgeable and made the whole tour a really fun experience.
Close your eyes. 2, close your eyes. Vanilla is helping with the monkey meat. Vamos a poner canela. What's canela? Sí. Le voy.
Feeling a little sick from all the chocolate we'd eaten, the guide then gave us a quick tour of the coffee making process, where we got to try the beans right off the tree, finally learned about the differences between the roasts, and saw just how low the UK ranks as a coffee drinking nation. Then as the sun set and the night creatures began to emerge, we started our night walk through the jungle. We saw frogs, insects, geckos, plenty of spiders, and even an armadillo at the end. It was a great experience, but definitely creepy walking through the jungle at night. Good morning everybody, it's bright and early as you can see, and we have one more experience to share with you from the Monteverde, Santa Elena area.
So dotted around this area are a ton of adventure parks, which offer something a little bit different to the reserves, a little bit more of an adrenaline fueled experience. They offer everything from like zip lining to abseiling to horseback riding.
Today we decided to do the Selvatura Adventure Park and to do the Hanging Bridges Canopy Walk, because we were pretty gutted that we couldn't see the bridge at Monteverde Cloud Forest.
We just thought that Selvatura Adventure Park had the best hanging bridge walk, plus they pick you up from your hotel and drop you back off again, which is included in the price, so that's a really nice little bonus. So here at Selvatura Park, they offer a 1.9 mile trail, which includes 8 hanging bridges. And these bridges are a great way to see the canopy from a different perspective, to get up close to where all the birds are and everything. It is not cheap by any means though. It cost us $40 per person to do this 2-mile walk, which when you consider we paid $16 per person to do the Santa Elena walk, the price becomes a little bit steep in my opinion. You're paying for the unique experience of the bridges at the end of the day, and when you consider that they take you to and from your hotel as well, the price becomes a little more reasonable. Or maybe I'm just trying to justify it in my head.
Very spongy. What about bridge number 9?
The best bridge of them all. Have a 10th bridge.
Yeah.
Clearly underselling themselves.
Okay, but they're not hanging bridges.
Yeah.
Well, they do hang.
we've just finished our hike at the Selvatura Adventure Park on the hanging bridges. And what do you say, was it worth the price of admission?
It's worth going because it's a really beautiful trail with all the bridges. If you enjoy walking above the trees, it will be a cool experience. It's a little bit expensive.
Yeah, it's also the busiest experience we've had for sure,
Yes.
because it's only a single trail. Everybody's doing that trail, so it gets a lot more crowded than it would be if you were in one of the cloud forests, where it's a lot more spread out and you don't see as many people, even though it might be as busy there. Overall, definitely worthwhile doing, just got to be aware of the price. That pretty much wraps up our guide as to the things you can do here outside of the cloud forest reserves.
There's something for everybody, so depending on where your interest lies, in animals, in nature, outdoors, walking, hiking, you will find something that you will enjoy doing. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and
See you on the next one.
next one.